How do I get my group to engage more? Part 3. So I'm Louise Fouché and welcome to OTGrow's YouTube channel. So if group therapy is your passion or your calling, then you've come to the right place. Here on our channel, we discuss tips, tools, and techniques to ensure that your group therapy is more impactful and that our clients make longer lasting shifts and changes. All right, so we're in part 3 of our How Do I Get My Clients to Engage More? And it's small tips that has a big impact and goes a long way. So today we're going to talk about facilitating direct communication. Let's jump in. All right, so maybe you can think about how do you facilitate your clients to talk to each other in a group? Or maybe what you're finding is that they tend to talk via you. So I'm going to give you a very small and quick example of what we mean by direct communication. I can say to you, therapists tend to facilitate that all conversations go through them. Or feel the difference when I say, do you facilitate conversations in such a way that it all goes through you? Can you see? By just speaking directly to you, it feels different. I am engaging you and I'm speaking to you. All right, so let's have a look at some more examples. So maybe Paul is in your group and he says to you, I think Peter has a good idea, but it won't work now. And so he's talking directly to you, but we want the conversation to go to each other and for them to engage in a conversation. So maybe here's another one. A client will say to you, Jane is so patient. So many of us will not be as patient with people that disagree with us. All right. Again, can you see it's talking kind of, this one is a little bit better because it's including the group, but it's not personal and it's not direct. All right, so we spoke yesterday also about using I language, so that's already something that we can facilitate in this. But apart from that, we want our clients to encourage our clients to use second person language and speak directly to the person, make eye contact and look at them. So this idea of Peter saying, Paul has a good idea, but it won't work now, would rather sound like, I like your idea, but I'm not sure it's going to work in our group. Again, can you see how it becomes much more engaging where it is two people having a conversation? Now that conversation is likely to move forward and become a conversation. The same with Jane. Maybe Jane can be saying, or somebody can be saying, Jane, I am amazed at how patient you are when Paul disagreed with you. I don't think I'd be able to do that. How do you do that? Can you see? We have a conversation going. All right, so why would we want this? I think you can already sense that we want the engagement of the conversation. We want to later, as the group progresses, withdraw more and more from the group because that's what facilitation is about. We're facilitating a group process. The more we withdraw, the more group members will be able to converse with each other and have interaction, which is what we want in the interactive group model. So that's one of the reasons why we want direct communication. We are setting a precedent for group members to speak without the therapist. All right. Also, it's much more impactful, as I explained to you in the beginning. Also, if I say to you, Hugh, I think you have beautiful eyes. That really has a different feel to it than if I said, whatever your name is, Susan has beautiful eyes. It's not the same. So we're wanting that really personal connection between group members. All right, so again, just to reiterate, how do we do that? When there's an opportunity from the very first group, we want to set this precedent of direct communication. Don't let it slide. It's difficult to backtrack and bring in a new precedent. If it happens, it's not the end of the world, but if at all possible, try from your first group that group members directly speak to each other. So you can guide the group members and say, whatever you've said now, I'd like you to say to and name the person, look to them and speak to them directly. And then even still, often people will say Paul and use names and make it very unspecific. And then you can come in and guide them and say, you are. I want you to repeat that and say, you are, or what you did, or whatever the case may be. And so it's in a process of guiding, making sure that there is direct communication using second language, first language I, and second language you, that we have that conversation. All right, so a very small tip that is going to have a lot of impact in your group and will increase the interaction between group members, and that will cause them to be more engaged with whatever is happening or being discussed in a group instead of vying through the therapist. All right, pop us comments and questions below. Let's hear how you're going, and do you see a difference by just changing this one little thing in your group? All right, till next time. Happy facilitation.